Welcome back everyone to today's video, and in this video we're going to discuss how to extract the middle name this time from a student list that has first, middle, and last name. And as you'll see in the steps to come, first and last name, same exact steps as the video before. Watch the old video if you need any questions or need a review. But the middle name, what we're going to have to do is we'll use a new formula I'll discuss to get rid of the first name, and then we'll be left with just the middle name and last name, and then we can extract the middle name just like we did the first from the last. So the first step, like I just said earlier, is we're going to copy and paste the whole list names into the first, middle, and last name column. Highlight the whole first name. We're going to extract the first name just like we did in the video previous, using the replace and doing space, asterisk, replace all. And highlight the last name column, just reverse it, do asterisk space, replace all. Again, watch the previous video if you have any questions on that step. And as we see here, take for example, the row with Tom, Rose, Holland. What we're gonna have to do is use our new formula that I'm gonna show you to cut out Tom and the space that follows Tom. So we're left with just Rose and Holland. And then we'll use what we did in the first column, doing the replace all with the space asterisk to delete the last name, and it'll leave with just the middle name. So the formula we're going to use to do that is the mid formula. So we're going to go up to Betty B. Smith entry and hit equals mid. So this formula, really quick, has three inputs. What this formula does is it takes input of text, like any written value, any name, whatever you want it to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut off part of it. And so the first input is what sentence are we working with? What text are we working with? So for this instance, we're using cell D5 or Betty B. Smith. And now the second input for this formula, as we see in the pop-up box down below, is start num. Now this is essentially Excel saying in this text input, we have, say Betty B. Smith has, say for example, 15 characters. So the length of Betty B. Smith is 15. And the start number is what position do we want to start the chop off? And because we want to chop off Betty and the space that comes after Betty, we need to tell Excel, hey, we want to cut off the length of Betty, which is what we're doing right here. Len E5 is saying we don't want the length of Betty. But if we only inputted that, it would start at the very, very end of Betty. And because we don't want the last letter of Betty or the space that comes after Betty, we add a +2. And what we'll see later is that will leave us with just the first letter of the middle name and the last name, which is what we want. And now the final input for this mid formula is it says number characters, which is essentially how many do we want to keep. And because we don't want to have to go through the process of saying how many characters after B. Smith do we want to keep, how many characters is the remaining middle name and last name, what we can do is just say, hey, we want the whole thing. We can just do length and going back to D5 because that's where Betty B. Smith, the whole text input lies. We can just say length the whole thing. And Excel knows that because we're cutting off length at E5 +2 and we want to keep the whole length, we just get B. Smith left over. And that completes our formula. Make sure you remember to close it with 2 parentheses to finish out the last length formula and to close out the whole mid formula. And now we hit enter, we see our formula works, and we go to the bottom right corner, drag and autofill, and boom, there we have it. And now as we go through our inputs, we do still see that we have the formulas for all of our student middle names and last names. What we have to do is we have to get rid of that really quick. We highlight the whole column, Control C, and we right click, go to paste options, and hit values only. And then this converts the formulas to just a strict text input, which then allows us to do the Control F, replace, and this time just do the space asterisk, replace all, and then boom, there we have it. Just the middle name or middle initial. One last note before we finish this video, say you just want to delete the middle name from the student list. You can do that with the Control F, the replace function. Highlight the whole column, hit Control F, and in the replace, in the find what input, type space, asterisk space, and in the replace with input, just type a space. Hit replace all, And there you see it, all the middle names deleted, so you don't have to worry about any of the previous steps if you don't want to work with it. Thank you again for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.